So we are live today with another PMP coaching call. Now I am starting to loving these coaching calls in which I actually get the chance to interact with you guys and solve PMP questions. We did the last coaching call 1 week ago and I received a great response from you guys that it was very productive and learning in many ways. Now we are trying to make it more effective, more useful, and I want more and more of your guys interaction in these things. So what we are going to do, I'm going to share a question to you, and today topic will be more towards stakeholders. We did yesterday coaching call on team. Today topic would be more relative to the stakeholder. We will solve 10 questions, hard questions of PMP on stakeholders. And whenever I will put a question there, you will have 60 seconds to answer that specific question. So anyone who is watching, they can put in the comment box that I would like to solve question with you. The first question I'll solve myself, and from the question number from the second question, we will start getting the audience feedback. Like if you want to solve the question, you can solve the question with me. I will actually invite you, or I will share the link, and I will allow you to come to the directly chat and solve the question. So this is an opportunity for you to learn and solve all the questions. But before going to that, I just want to discuss how you can solve PMP question. Okay, so this is a very important thing, how to solve PMP questions. Okay, so let's go and first see how to solve PMP question. Hello Mohsin, good to have you. And Mohsin also put the put message in your 12 batch 12 group that if they want to attend the coaching call, it is live also in the PMP aspirant group. Okay, so let's first go with the questions and I'll share my opinion how I prefer that you can solve the question. Okay. Step number one, whenever you are solving question, you need to realize that align the question. Okay. How to, okay. Yeah. Step number one, slow down. This is very, very important that you slow down. Why I actually say that you have to slow down. When you slow down, your mind start working in a better way, and you will be able to understand what is being asked in the question. Most of the time we are moving so fast that we are unable to understand what is being asked in the question. So slow down. Very important thing. Step number two would be read the last line first. Read last line first. Now, especially for those questions which are more than 2 to 3 lines, reading the last line gives you the context where you are. This basically gives you where you are. Where you are. Like, are you solving question in initiation, in planning, in execution, monitoring and control, different processes of the project? Where are you in that project? So you can work on that and you can define, okay, I'm here. As a result, it will give you the answer what will come next. Okay, what will come next. Now in order to understand which things come first, which things come next, you must know journeys videos. Those journeys videos that are free for you, you can watch all those journeys videos. These journeys videos are for you. Understanding where you are in the process can help you understand this. Reading the last line, step number three. Now that many students you choose to do that, many students don't choose to do that. Your opinion, read the option first. I highly recommend after reading the last line, read the options. Now what is the purpose of reading the options? Once you read option A, B, C, D, most of the time you can eliminate one or two options directly, even without reading the question. Even without reading the question, you can eliminate one or two options. So that gives you a head start when you read the question. Step four, you go back and read the question now. You go back and read the question and see what is being asked in the question. What is being asked in the question. And your purpose of reading the question is to define the problem. What is the problem that is being asked in the question, and how you will solve its root cause. Okay, maybe asking yourself why, how, why all those things, how you are going to do the root cause. This thing is the key. Like, you must know how I'm going to solve the root cause of that problem. You see, guys, one problem can be solved in multiple ways. My friend Scott Pine says gold and false gold. Like, something is reality and something seems to be reality. We need to focus on what is the real thing, how you can solve this problem permanently. Most of the time, it can be trainings, trainings of the employees, communication, update any documents, and all those things. Another important thing, step 6, for each question, if it is mentioned it's an agile question, good for you. If it is mentioned it's a predictive question, good. If it is not mentioned whether it's an agile or a predictive question, you need to consider each question as hybrid question. Each question as hybrid question, this is very important. This gives you the freedom to do whatever you want to do in your questions and solve in your proper way. Consider each question as hybrid question. Step 7, once you have done the question, whether your question is right or wrong, do root cause analysis of each question. Root cause analysis. Okay, I got this question right. Why I got right? What thing I did that made this question right? Okay, I got this question wrong. Why I got this question wrong? You need to understand this thing. Follow these easy 7 steps and you will be able to do the questions. Remember, in PMP exam, you will have almost, you will have actually 230 minutes. You have to solve 180 question. So you need to practice minimum, I would say, what I recommend, 50 questions per topic, and that is, we have 12 topic, so minimum 600 questions for per topic and minimum 3 to 4 mocks. If you can solve such questions and you can do the root cause analysis of each question, you are good to go for your exam. And if you need template that we use for root cause analysis, you can message me on my number given. I will be more than happy to share that. Let's get to the main point of today. Let's try to solve the question once again. The first question I'm going to solve myself, and I'm going to use the same framework we used. If you want to solve the question, just put in the comment, I want to solve the question. I'll share this link of StreamYard with you guys, and you guys will be able to join with me. Okay, so let's move it. How I can remove this banner? Okay, I don't know. Mhm. Okay, so let's work with the question. Question number 1, straightforward. Please remember, all the questions that we are going to discuss today, they belongs to stakeholder topics. Okay, I am more working towards the people domain. Last night we did a coaching call which I have uploaded it. The questions in that coaching call was related to resource. Now it will be more towards stakeholder. The next coaching call will be communication, then again the people domain, because people domain is 42% of the exam, and I just uploaded a video regarding people domain. So let's solve the question. I'll give you 70 seconds for each question to solve, and let's go. So here we have the question. So your time starts for the question right now. 70 seconds. So I'll solve this one with you. Okay. So, who has the most power in functional or centralized organization? The question clearly states who has more power in functional or centralized organization. We know what is functional organization. So let's go to the option. Project manager, no, he has a power in the projectized organization. Functional manager, yes, we know that, but we go have to go to the option. Team members, no. All of the above, since all answers are not right. So functional manager seems to be the right answer, but let's go and read the question. This is important. Never take a decision in hassle. Okay, I know the answer. Let's go with it. No, 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 no. Don't try to do that. Otherwise, what happened? You can lose the question. You have been hired as a project manager, a new firm. In your previous company, project managers operated with a significant amount of autonomy and control. Okay, Who has the most power in functional? You see, this seems to be the question, but actually, this question has nothing to do with the real thing. This was the real question. I would say that this is the real question, real thing that you need to work on. So, from this, we know we already separated the answer, and the answer goes to as functional manager. A pretty straightforward, easy question. I hope this is clear to you. Now, for this question, we know that we must know functional organizational, projectized organization. Okay, there is a projectized organization, there is a functional organization. In functional organization, all the authority lies with the functional manager, and in projectized organization, all the authority lies with the project manager. Then we have a matrix organization, weak matrix, balanced or medium matrix, or strong matrix. Strong matrix is more towards projectized, weak matrix is more towards functional, and balance matrix is a balance between both parties. If there's a conflict, we must have a team charter, or sponsor can help in in facilitating that conflict. So this was the question number one. I hope this is clear to everyone, and everyone has answered right. Hesam, Ashish, Hemvi, Atur, well done. So let's go to the question number two again. Now, guys, if you want to solve the question with me, you can put in the chat box, I want to solve the question. I will share the link with you. I haven't received anyone wants to call the question, so I'm gonna solve it myself. Okay. Which of the following is a tool or technique used by the project manager and team to actively manage stakeholder engagement? So we are looking for something that help us to manage the stakeholder engagement. How do you manage the engagement of a particular stakeholder? We are talking about tool or technique. Okay, issue log, it's a document. Okay, change register, we don't have anything like in PMP as change register, so that is out, that is out. Stakeholder register, again, this is our document. We are looking for tool and technique, interpersonal and team skills. So communication skills mean, yes, that's a tool and technique we use. So that seems to be the right answer. So guys, go to the question, go slow down, understand what is being asked, how you can solve it, and then you can answer it. Don't hurry, otherwise you will lose the question. So Hesam, you got wrong because you hurry up. uh, Other people also like answered C. That's a wrong thing, because that is a very important thing. That is called as gold and false gold by my friend Scott Pipe, or reality or distortion field. You see, we know stakeholder register is something that should be the answer most of the time. Like there is a problem, go and go look in the stakeholder register. But the question clearly says that which of the following is a tool or technique used by the project manager. Tool or technique. Stakeholder register is a document, and it will always remain a document. So another easy question, straightforward if you understand it, but many people answer it wrong. So guys, you need to see why did you answer wrong. Were you moving too fast, or you were unable to understand the keywords? Identify keywords in your questions. What are the keywords? What is something that you must understand for your PMP? Let's move to the question number three. Okay, which technique have you used? Brainstorming, okay, that's a technique. Brain squeezing, I don't know as such any technique. So brainwashing, I don't know. Brain writing, yes, brain writing is another type of technique that is a basically type of brainstorming. So let's go and let's look at the question. The project charter has recently been approved. Okay, we are in initiation. Okay, you sent your team, you sent your growing team an email. Okay, we used push communication, asking them to identify stakeholder. So we are in the still in the initiation phase, and we ask the team to identify stakeholder and present their answers at a meeting to help discuss the same. So you want them to like get ideas and come to the meeting. Now what has happened? Very important thing. Here, the straightforward answer seems brainstorming, but it is not the answer. Why? You see, brain writing is a special type of a special type of a brainstorming in which we give team members uh, before coming to the meeting what we are going to discuss, and they I like there are two things. Either we give them before the meeting, like these are the topics we are going to discuss, get your sticky notes or get your ideas and put all the ideas on your sticky notes and bring that, or during in the meeting we give them time, write down your ideas. So that becomes brain writing. So a very important question, some questions are directly, that is testing your knowledge. This question will be less, but this question tests your knowledge. So if you don't know what brain writing was, 100% you will go, because these two options are eliminated easily. You will go to the brainstorming. But this is a specific question that answers as brain writing. So Ashish got the right answer, and apart from Ashish, everyone else, Hamid also got the right answer. So this was a very very important question, because this gives you a difference between brainstorming, what is brainstorming, and what is brain writing. Brain writing again is a type of brainstorming. Okay, let's go to the next question. I hope guys, I'm not moving very fast and my pace is clear to you. If you have any question regarding anything, you can put it on the chat box. I can answer it later on. Okay, which of the, let's start the timer. Which of the following best describe the action taken? So we have taken some kind of action in the situation. We have done something. We need to work on this. What we have done? Okay, coexistence. Okay, not bad thing. Correlation. Okay, co-creation, co-location. Okay, we have some co-thing going on here. A project has been initiated to develop a trolley system linking two commercial shopping districts. So there are two shopping districts, district A and district B. So we are going to use our trolley system, okay, so that we can link the things, we want to do some kind of communication in between them. Upon analysis, your team determines that we did analysis your team determines that due to and the need wide ranging effects and the need for of the support of the project from both inside your company and in the surrounding community, it is prudent to include key representative. We want key representative from the community as a project stakeholders. So we need a key representative who can work with us, who can help out in that particular scenario. So which of the following best describe the action taking? So co-location is basically, we want someone to always stay, like we want the team to be on the same side. So that is not the answer. Co-relationship is basically the relationship between the two variables. That scatter diagram, we have nothing to do with this. Coexistence. So coexistence is basically one existence is dependent on the other. So we are left with co-creation, that if in order to create one thing, you have to create the other things. So the answer become C, co-creation. Okay, so can we highlight keyword in the actual exam? Yes, we can highlight the, we have the ability to eliminate option, and we can also highlight in the real exam. I highly recommend that you will, when you go to the real exam, you will have 10 minutes for the tutorial. You go through that tutorial, like your exam has 230 minutes. 10 minutes are there as a tutorial. So you go through that time, the exam will actually tell you how you can put it there. Okay. Yes, Hamid, co-creation is from stakeholder topic. Not everything is covered in every topic. Few things are new. That's why we are doing the mocks. Okay. You will also have two breaks, 10 minute, 10 minute. That time is not counted, and 10 minutes for survey. So when you book the exam will say you will have 270 minutes. This is what actually exam means. 10 minutes for tutorial, 10, 10, 10 breaks, and 10 for last survey. Okay, let's go to next question. Question number 5. What is the most appropriate action to take? Appropriate action to take. Implement implement what is the most appropriate action to take? Implement the corrective action immediately. Okay. Ignore, guys, this is a very important thing. When you are solving question, whenever you get a negative word, this is a negative word. Ignore, leave, direct, things like that. So the probability is that that is not the answer. So ignore, I can eliminate. Create a change request detailing the corrective action and submit it to the perform integrated change control. If we need a change, of course we need to give it to the change control to handle it. Create a change request and submit it to project sponsor. Again, we don't submit the change request to the project sponsor. We have an entire change control system for that. So I can even eliminate this option. Through data analysis during the monitor stakeholder engagement, we are in monitoring and control. Your team has identified a key stakeholder with a low level of engagement. Now his engagement level is very low. Maybe we need to increase his engagement level. Additionally, the team proposed a corrective action. We have a corrective action, good, that if we can implement it, it will increase the engagement level of stakeholder in the question. Very important thing. There is a problem. The problem is that the stakeholder engagement level is not according to our desired level, and the solution would be to basically take a corrective action. We have identified the problem, we have identified the solution. Most of the time, we go through the answer A. Again, should we solve the problem for now or forever? The now is always implement it and go with it. But in order to implement anything, in order to change the engagement level current into desired, we need to have a change request. Because when we are going to change something, when we are going to implement a preventive action, corrective action, or defect repair, we need a change request. And a change request goes to change control board, and change control board is sitting here. A very important question, guys. You can get up to 10 to 15 questions relating to change request in one way or another way. Your job is to understand the change request flow. Always understand that there's a change control management, change control board, and you need to follow those things. This is a very important question. So C is the right answer. Okay, let's go to the question number 6. Okay, Ashish asked, can we use tutorial time for mind dump? Ashish, you can basically write down anything. I recommend writing down the time, but you can put it. But you have 10 minutes. I don't think so. You should waste your time there. Relax and do all those things. But yes, answering your question, you can do that when the baselines are not getting affected here. So the question does not says Jyoti that baselines are affecting or it does not affecting. If the question does not says we are going to take a corrective action, there is nothing mentioned anywhere that the baselines will be affected or not affected. We are going to take a corrective action, and whenever we take an action, preventive action, corrective action, defect repair, if it is mentioned that the baselines are not effective, then you can implement it without going to change control. But if nothing is said, you have to consider that they will be affected. Okay, so going to the next question, Jyoti, is it clear to you? Okay, your project team has classified a key stakeholder as having a neutral engagement level. So in engagement matrix, we see that there's a key stakeholder who has a neutral engagement level. Now, it's an important thing to understand. Neutral engagement level is not as per se bad engagement level. Maybe we need it according to that. So don't decide anything. Go through the question and understand it in the better way. Which of the following best describe the nature of their engagement? He's unaware of the project. No, 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 no. We have unaware, neutral, resistant, sportive, and leading. In stakeholder engagement matrix, these are the states that we have for the particular stakeholder. Unaware cannot be the answer. Aware of the project and actively engaged. No. If he is actively engaged, then he's either sportive or more of a leading. Aware of the project but resistant, it's not resistance. So automatically, even with elimination technique, D becomes the right answer. And if you read of the option, aware of the project but neither sportive nor unsportive, so that's more of a neutral thing. Okay, Hesam says, but how about stakeholder engagement requires an immediate resolve? So always remember, even if you need to resolve it immediately, you still need to go to change control board. As a project manager, you cannot bypass the processes. Customer collaboration is important. Customer collaboration is important, but you need to follow the processes also. Even in agile, we have a sequence in daily stand up. Even if we have a lot of things we want to discuss the issue, we don't discuss the issue in daily stand up. We wait for the 15 minutes to end and then follow. As a project manager, you are a custodian of the processes, so it cannot be unfollowed. Please tell us what does S, and this is unaware. In stakeholder engagement matrix, we have unaware. Okay, we have neutral, we have resistant, we have sportive, S, we have leading. Okay, so these are unaware, these are the states of the project. Where are the stakeholders standing currently in the project? Okay, any other questions? No, we can move forward. Oh, big question. So again, whenever the big question is there, always read the last line and option. This actually helps you in clearing the exam. Okay, what is the best course of action? Most of the time, the exam will ask you, what is the best course of action? What should the project manager do next? What should have the project manager done? All those things. So, an important question. Ask the sponsor if the person should be included. Now, whenever the question goes and ask the sponsor, it's most of the time like the bell should ring in your mind. Is this something that I should do? Because going to the sponsor is always the last resort. Inform the stakeholder that it's too late for him to be involved in the project as stakeholder was completed. No, 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 no. This is a negative statement. The project manager, you cannot say this thing to any stakeholder, even if they are like, it's more like that, we cannot get you to the bus because seats are full. As a project manager, you never do that. Send a request to senior management. Again, the same thing as A, SC. Update their stakeholder register and management strategy with the new information. Now that's something that a project manager do. That's a very positive statement. Okay, that's something you should do. Okay, so let's solve the question. Your project has completed half of its deliverable. Now half of the deliverables have been completed and is in the middle of executing process group. You are working. Initiation, you start working. Planning, you plan everything. Execute, you do something. So you are in the execution phase, the most important thing. You created a stakeholder register. Okay, during initiation, of course, we know that stakeholder register is created in initiation, which was then used to create stakeholder management strategies. Of course, you make a stakeholder register, then you make the stakeholder management strategies. During the stakeholder process, monitor stakeholder, when you're in the monitoring, you became aware of highly influential stakeholder, a very important stakeholder, okay, that has not been identified in the state. What is the best course? We ask the person if the, we already know he's highly influential, we do not need to ask him. Now this was a negative statement, and plus now we know he's a highly influential. This goes out of the way. Send a request? No, we directly update the stakeholder, we change the plan. Of course, we will go with the change management strategy. Okay, so most of the people have the answer. Okay, so is that recommended or not to highlight some part of the wanted consume? I don't recommend that you highlight in your real exam. You see, you are already have only 230 minutes, and you need to manage what I say for 60 question, 60 question, 60 question. You need to give 80 minute, and 70 minute. So I say that you I don't recommend that you highlight those things. But again, of course, it goes from person to person. But my recommendation is do not highlight. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Stakeholder can and should be identified during which project management process? Now, this is a very straightforward question. They should be identified in all the project management process. Monitoring control, no, initiation has to be there. Planning, again, initiation is missing. Initiation and planning, no. We also know execution. So in all process group, you can get there. So this is an important thing. Even in the real PMP exam, some questions you will get that will consume more time, and some questions you will get that will consume less time. Okay, let's go to the question number 9. A very small question. Which of the following is an input? Now, there will be almost one to two questions that can come from ITTOs, or even no questions from ITTOs. But it is a good thing to understand the flow, especially the understanding the journeys of work performance data, journeys of deliverable, and these journeys are very important to understand the ITTOs. Also, you must know OPA is basically the input to all the processes, EF, and whenever you get updates, OPA updates, EF updates, that's mostly result of output. So, input to the stakeholder. And very important, work performance information is input only to monitor and control project work. It is the output of all other monitoring and control process. It is an output. Work performance analysis, that's nothing. Work performance report is nothing. So directly we go with the work performance data. Okay, Mohit is saying, isn't it, guys, D is the right answer? So Mohit is saying, isn't it highly recommended that a stakeholder should be identified? Yes, it is recommended. It is recommended, Mohit. As you are talking about the previous question, can and should be identified. If the question says which is the best time to identify the stakeholder, then initiation is the way. But when can they be identified? They can be identified during any process in the project, any time in the project. Okay. Okay. Last question for today, guys. Which individual is primarily responsible? Which individual is primarily responsible for the project being at risk? Okay, each team member, yes, but the question says primarily. This is a very tricky question. The question categorically says primarily. Okay, let's go to the option question. A project manager, a project is at risk for failing to achieve a milestone due to unresolved stakeholder issues, and as a result, there are many project team members experiencing low morale. So the question really, this is the only question. That's why I highly recommend reading the last line first, because this gives us the context what is happening in the question. So each team member is responsible, but the question says primarily. So sponsor, the two options that are important, that is sponsor and project manager. I would go to the project manager. So that's it for today, for 10 questions solving in this coaching call. So guys, I hope this have been very useful for you guys. And if you have any specific question that you would like to ask, I am more than happy to discuss that thing with you. But remember, I choose these questions as more of a comparatively easier side, because we will be doing next week in the same class in communication question that will be also of the same level, and then we will do the people question that will be of a harder level. We put the journey today, and we put the journeys of team today, and journey of team is very very important. I highly recommend that you watch the journey of team today, and that becomes a very important thing. So thank you, I learned new about uh, so the answer is not team member, because the questions clearly state who. I even highlighted the word primary, who is primary responsible for something. So primary responsibility lies with the project manager. With this, thank you very much. And if you have any question, you have my number and you have my email. You can contact me anytime. I will be more than happy to guide you. Okay, guys, bye bye.